Changchun City volunteers conduct home visits to provide care to children. City Foundation has been carrying out home improvement projects for seniors. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In China, Changchun City volunteers have visited 4 Tzu Chi care recipients. The care recipients are elementary school students raised by their grandparents. The volunteers accompanied them and provided the much-needed love and care. The girl and her younger brother live in a small mud house with their grandparents. Their parents who were in debt left the family. The children will always remember their loss in childhood.
如果我们砍掉最后一棵树，
那不就污染环境吗？
我们砍树干嘛？你想想。
做房子，做纸。
哎呀，对，太对了。那我们应该怎么办呢？
应该爱护树木。
City volunteers want to accompany, listen to, and embrace them so they can have good memories.
我要送给我们静怡，这是我跟我妈妈做的竹筒，是我自己画的。这个还画个太阳，还有个蝴蝶，还有一个镜子里说不要小看自己，因为人有无限的可能。
10-year-old Jingyi is raised by her grandparents. She's quiet and mature for her age. However, that does not mean she does not feel the pain inside.
你在我生命中太多的感动，你是我的天使，一路指引我。无论岁月变幻，爱你唱唱歌。听我说谢谢你，因为有你温暖了四季。谢谢你，感谢有你，世界更美丽。
In Beijing, due to the pandemic, Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony was delayed. 350 people joined the event and learned that everyone should do more good deeds and practice eco-friendliness. In addition, Tzu Chi volunteers also hosted Mother's Day activities. Let's join them there.
When searching for their own mother's hand, children always have specific viewpoints.
When I touched the hands, I felt that they were very fat, so I'm sure they belong to my mom.
Children did not hesitate to call out their love for their mothers. Li Song-tai, who grew up in a wheelchair, deeply understands his mother's endless love.
Mom, your son has grown up. Please learn to rest and love yourself. Because you're only female, not a superwoman, your manly son will always protect you and Dad.
Beijing Tzu Chi volunteers held Mother's Day activities at the Donghua City Liaison Office. They also hosted a postponed year-end blessing ceremony at Gonghe Senior Apartment.
大斋道育益群生，行善人间至祥和。
Tzu Chi volunteers have been promoting environmental protection for more than 30 years. No one should be escaped from practicing eco-friendliness.
I am one of the employees. My colleagues and I try not to use disposable tableware as much as possible, reduce the amount of trash to protect ourselves and the environment.
I'm a healthcare worker. We always practice environmental protection in daily life and work.
Cultivating blessings through doing good deeds, protecting the earth through reducing trash amount, and spreading kindness through donating to bamboo tubes. It is hoped that these actions can bring hopes and peace to everywhere of the world.
The pandemic slowed down in Hong Kong recently, and the government has uplifted restrictions for religious meetings. Therefore, City volunteers took the opportunity to hold Buddha Day ceremony at Jingsi Hall. The event was separated into 4 meetings with proper pandemic prevention measures.
At the Jingsi Hall in Kowloon Tong, everyone gathered to connect with Hualien Jingsi Hall's celebration of Buddha Day.
For the past 2 years, because of the pandemic, we cannot hold large events indoors. Today it was very solemn, and I hope that everyone can feel the Dharma joy while being back in the Jingsi Hall. I also hope that everyone can be grateful to their parents and sentient beings.
In order to enforce proper COVID prevention procedures, Tzu Chi Hong Kong chapter held Buddha Day into 4 sections. Li Hongmei, who usually works till late night, arrives at the event after work.
This is a once-in-a-year event for Tzu Chi. And through Buddha Day, everyone prayed sincerely, hoping that the pandemic may end and that everyone may go back to their normal lives.
I sincerely bless this world and hope that everyone lives a peaceful and healthy life. Especially for people in India, it's very heartbreaking.
In order to prepare for the event, Tzu Chi volunteers in Hong Kong spent a whole day beforehand working on the decoration for the Buddha statue. Volunteers also worked on the social distancing signs.
I'm grateful to everyone who overcame challenges. We won't give up no matter what, and we will always find solution to that problem.
At the Buddha Day ceremony, everyone prayed sincerely while showing appreciation to Buddha's teachings. Event attendees also hoped to bring Dharma into their own lives.
According to Ministry of Health and Welfare statistics, the second cause of accidental death for seniors is falling. This has led the Tzu Chi Foundation to promote home improvement projects for seniors. They work with the village and borough chiefs and inspire the residents to help each other. Since May of last year, more than 3,000 Tzu Chi volunteers have served more than 2,000 residents. While people might think that living in the mountains is relaxing, she feels very lonely.
Sometimes I do not see anyone for an entire month. I've fallen 3 times in 6 years. No one knows even if you call out for help. If I did not hold on to this, I would not be able to walk.
In the seaside village, the cart is not enough to protect her. She walks along the wall in the house, taking risks.
I fell down. I could not hold onto the switch. I rode several times and the switch broke.
People seldom assess the risk. People in the countryside are frugal, as they do not want their children to spend money.
In the past, some buildings in Taiwan didn't have barrier-free space. Maybe places you are familiar with are not as safe as when you were young.
Since 2020, the foundation has started providing home improvement for seniors.
We help solitary seniors who are more than 65 years old couples or grandparents caring for grandchildren, and physically challenged people.
Tzu Chi volunteers have an SOP for holding introductory meetings, asking village chiefs to report cases, assessing home conditions, and installing equipment. However, many times their kind actions were rejected.
Maybe because of traditional concepts, they do not want their house to undergo renovation. They like to do things by themselves and do not want to trouble other people.
Volunteers communicate and build up trust before they begin the renovation.
From the hallway to the altar room, then to the bathroom, we will help her install handrails.
When I work outside, she is home alone. I feel more at ease now.
This is very convenient. I can sit down and get up more easily. This way, we open the door more easily. Good people gives us the peace charms, so that we can be more courageous. I'm so happy and I put them in my pocket.
Government waits till someone falls ill before they take action. That would be too slow. Unlike them, Tzu Chi is doing prevention work. The borough office is holding activities in front of Bao'an Temple. Please come here. Stabilize our homes and improve our community. If you look at these words, it talks about homes and communities. We need to inspire neighbors to help each other.
We have also recruited teachers and students in the community schools to go to grandpa and grandma's homes together.
To reach more places, Tzu Chi and many county and city governments have signed MOUs, working as a team to help the needy.
New immigrants, indigenous people, and impoverished but worthy students need help. This is what we take into consideration in our home improvement projects.
We are preparing wires and pipes. When we get really busy, we might work until 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
The construction company owner has led the young workers to participate in the home improvement projects. They pay attention to details as they feel for the aid recipients.
When my mother suffered a stroke, I wanted to hide and cry. I felt very guilty when my mother fell down.
Lin Yongtang seldom tells people about his regrets. Like the construction workers from other places in Taiwan, he does his best to complete the work at a construction site.
Grandma saw that I was bitten by bees and she was very concerned. In the past, she did not have much facial expressions as she was unfriendly to people.
Living in remote regions, Grandma once lost her passion for life. After volunteers persuaded her, they renovated a 50-year-old house. Their sincere care has also touched her heart.
After the construction is completed, she will also need our companionship. We'll continue to provide care.
Tzu Chi Foundation's home improvement project has allowed the seniors to live with peace of mind. Volunteers hope that the seniors can live safely and comfortably, enjoying their lives. Ramadan has ended, which means it's time for Eid celebrations. It's tradition for Eid cuisine to include sweets, which has earned a holiday nickname of Sweet Eid or Sugar Feast. Today we take a look at the impact the pandemic has on Ramadan this year.
Each year during Ramadan, no matter if you are Muslim or not, in India, buying Eid sweets have become a cultural habit in the country. The largest Eid sweets market in Jakarta is located in the Central District. Since 1985, this area has been crowded with people buying sweets during Ramadan, with a wide variety of treats at affordable prices all crowded together. However, the impact of COVID, the sellers operate their businesses outdoors, with plenty of space in between each stall. Many of the vendors experienced a 70% decrease of sales. Among them, vendor Noni says last Ramadan, they were hit hard. The government set up social restriction orders and limited vendor operation time, causing many customers unwilling to head out to buy desserts.
Last year, business was not good. Each vendor needed to keep social distance from each other, and business wasn't as good as pre-COVID. Last year, there were no customers. 2 days ago, the police came to remind everyone to follow the prevention measures.
Though the pandemic continues this year, those who participated in Ramadan this year feel safe in leaving their home to buy desserts. Everyone kept to safety measures such as wearing masks, social distancing, as well as having sanitizing solutions and hand washing stations regularly.
Truth be told, I'm scared, but I need to be strict in keeping to COVID safety, like wearing a jacket, bringing my own sanitizer and wet wipes. Thankfully, I just got vaccinated, so I feel a bit safer.
finding the balance between living life and safety measures, humans are finding a new normal during COVID times. In these moments, restoring the domestic economy is a priority in 2021. This year's renewed operation for Ramadan has given many of the business owners hope as they look forward to the restoration of life and financial stability soon.
The end of Ramadan means celebrating Eid al-Fitr. In Indonesia, everyone buys gifts to send to their friends during this holiday. The most common is a sweets cookie box. Let's take a look at how COVID has impacted and changed this industry.
This year's Ramadan, many small micro businesses are working towards recovery. In West Java's Depok, this bakery is in mid-production of cookies. Despite their orders being not as high as normal, the owner is optimistic and continues to offer a variety of flavors of cookies. To also attract customers, the bakery is offering cookie gift boxes, which are more affordable this year.
I learned from last year, despite it being a pandemic period, everyone is still sending gifts. This means cookies are very welcome. So this year we especially made up some economic cookie boxes. And it's still during the COVID period. Originally our cookie gifts were aimed at mid to upper executives, but we changed it to aim at mid to low-level workers.
Although her production amount has decreased, Deanne is still optimistic. She believes more people will purchase cookies. And she also has many loyal customers who have not placed orders just yet.
I keep a positive attitude because cookies are something Eid must eat, so customers must buy it. We hope to sell 10,000 boxes. Last year we only sold 2,000, but I know we can sell at least 5,000 this year.
Ella is a loyal customer of Salzi Cookies. Each year, she will purchase cookies as gifts for Ramadan, and she feels there are a variety of cookies which are affordable.
Actually, at the beginning, Miss Dian sold donuts, and I was a loyal customer then. After I quit my job, I realized Miss Dian sold cookies, so I tried to sell the cookies that she makes. I'm so thankful that many of my customers like her cookies.
To also help women support their family, Diane also started offering classes to local people, teaching them how to bake.
I've always baked cookies to give to family and friends, but when Miss Dan opened a class to teach, I thought I can come here to learn since it's during the pandemic period. Everyone's financial stability has been impacted. At least I can use this as a way to help make money for the family.
Miss Diane hopes the pandemic will be over soon so people can return to life as normal. Through the baking lessons, she hopes to stimulate the local economy and reduce job loss rate.
Before applying detection systems and disaster alert devices to the railways, the devices must be stress tested. Especially due to the humid environment of Taiwan, the devices must be compatible with the surroundings. In February at a Haiduan railway station, engineering car collided with railway staff. Due to this, NKUST has developed a detection system specifically for vehicles. On the morning of February 23rd, an engineering car crashed into railway workers, causing 2 deaths and 1 injury. Due to this accident, Taiwan Railways asked NKUST's Railway Technical Center to increase overall railway safety.
Normally, when the workers are working on the track, there shouldn't be any vehicles coming. The track will be isolated, but you never know for sure. So if a vehicle was to come down the track, it would signal an alarm and tell the workers they must evacuate the track immediately because a speeding train is coming.
Normally, there are many sensing and communication devices on a train, but an engineering car does not have these devices. Normally, the train's communication is dependent on manual controlling. Therefore, if there are any interruptions during communication, details will be lost. The detection notification system raises the overall safety levels of an engineering car.
For example, we will place a detection system 1 kilometer within or outside of the construction site. We can just put it on the side and leave it. It will detect trains passing by. If a train passes by, the infrared sensors will then detect movement and know if a train actually passed down. So whether it's an engineering car or a train, both will be reported to our authority.
The newly developed system can detect a 0.2 centimeter crack, and after a scan, the data can be shown on the engineering car's deck.
There are several diagrams here. If a rail break happens on 2 tracks, there'll be 2 lines. And it means if the left is broken, there will be a downwards trend here. If there are breaks, the location of it will be marked. The red mark means the location of rail breaks. And there will also be an alert system for the engineering car before entering.
Before the system was in place, plenty of tests were set in place, including humidity tests, water and humidity proofness, conducted interference, and testing for electromagnetic interference. Putting the devices into the isolation chamber in a space without electromagnetic waves, researchers may observe the electromagnetic waves of the device and if it exceeds safety levels.
We are now looking at the isolation chamber designed for electromagnetic wave detection. I will now turn on music with my phone and put it into the chamber. Now I can't hear anything. Devices placed inside can be accurately tested to see if it's interfered by electromagnetic waves.
Look, after closing the door, the data shows an electromagnetic wave. Yet when the door opens, we can observe a rise in electromagnetic waves.
The electromagnetic waves spread through air and create an electromagnetic field. To waves like this, it interferes and impacts radio strongly, so strong that it often causes communication errors.
Devices are also afraid of dust. Well, after initiating the test, the device is sprayed with dust. If there are any errors, then code has to be recorded. The device's design also have to endure humid and hot temperatures. It can also be custom built for the user's needs.
Taiwan has a very tropical climate, but Europe's climate is mostly low temperature and dry. Therefore, their devices, once in Taiwan, have a lower lifespan and low tolerance for the environment.
Taiwan is located in a seismic zone as earthquakes happen quite often. The devices on the train have to undergo calculations in order to fit the earthquake-proof requirements.
When we test the trains passing by a zone, we will have a sensor which will sense a frequency similar to an earthquake. Then we enter these frequencies into the computer or into a device. If the detected frequency is similar to a frequency in our database, in this case it should be a frequency representing a train passing by.
Engineers have created simulations and testing for the devices. This is to ensure that quality is the priority and also to provide a safer riding experience for the passengers. In the United States, students from Tzu Chi Academy in New Jersey joined Buddha Day ceremony through video conference. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.